عصف الأنين بداخلي كم مرة قد ذاق قلبي من أساه محنا تمر وكم كرهت مصابها لكن رأيت الخير يسكب في أنا كم مرة قد ضقت من عظم البال.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. ما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. 2 years, or almost close to 2 years, have passed, and the Palestinians in Gaza are still being killed in cold blood by the Zionist regime. And if my numbers are accurate, I think close to 56,000 Palestinians have been martyred, and the world powers have done absolutely nothing to stop this ongoing barbaric massacres. And whether this will end anytime soon, and we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends a helper to our Palestinians to relieve them of this suffering. Allahumma ameen. But the world powers, and especially the Muslim leaders, have betrayed and share in the blood of this particular genocide. But ultimately, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in control of all affairs, and we know that the martyrs that have been killed by the Israelis are going to attain the highest station in paradise. Allahumma ameen. Now, whilst I had to issue that disclaimer, we find absolutely despicable individuals, organizations that have profited from this genocide and use every opportunity to amass wealth and to increase their bank balances, whilst they know that what they're doing is morally and ethically despicable. But the biggest fitna, or one of the biggest fitnas of many fitan, is wealth for the ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, I have been banging on about this particular issue for a number of months, close to 2 years, but I'm trying to clarify how long I've been speaking about this particular issue. And it just seems that the more you dig deep, you will find individuals who have absolutely made a fortune from this. And anyone, and I say anyone, regardless where you sit, whether it be sitting in the higher echelons of the da'wah circle, or whether it's charitable organizations that are using their businesses, which is what it is, to increase their donations, which entails profit. And as I said, it's just mind-boggling that anyone that is involved or has any care for the ummah, especially when they are oppressed and they are being slaughtered, to make substantial amount of money due to this genocide or this conflict. One individual influencer, and there's many influencers that have profited from this genocide, which we're going to address today, and we're going to highlight that ultimately this has been allowed to continue because everyone keeps silent. One influencer that I would like to highlight, who has been notorious in fundraising for Palestine, or aid to be delivered into Palestine, or aid to be distributed into Palestine, whether they're buying it inside of Gaza due to the aid blockade, is a recent comment by the name of Shaun King. Now, Shaun King, I don't know much about his background, but from what I know, he was a Christian pastor who gained fame and notoriety, and he embraced Islam recently. But since he's embraced Islam, he's just been fundraising. And what's happened is charitable organizations have been dangling the carrot of paid collaborations. And many influencers, as well as shuyukh, as well as du'at, have shamelessly, without any shyness, without any muru'ah, have accepted to partake in fundraising opportunities whilst knowing there's a genocide and taking a percentage in the process. Shaun King, as you can see on screen, there's an article by the Mail Online. I'm going to get into the emails and Facebook posts from Shaun King, and I've sent him an email as well. Shaun King is disinvited from Ramadan event and accused of using Islam as a grift. And many of these du'at and many of these shuyukh have. After launching $1,000 a ticket speaking tour a day after converting in solidarity with the people of Gaza. So convenient, right? So here you go. Here's a tweet from KMN, and I'll just zoom in. We have heard concerns expressed directly and indirectly by our community regarding Shaun King being the keynote at your annual iftar fundraiser. We have made the decision to now have Shaun King as the keynote speaker for our upcoming annual fundraising dinner. So that's basically one particular organization that cancelled an invite for Shaun King. So what I want to do is just show you how charitable organizations are using popular influencers or speakers and luring them in and enticing them, like I mentioned, dangling the carrot for paid collaboration for fundraising. So they take a percentage. Now that is absolutely shocking that one charitable organization would use this tactic. And subhanallah, many of those who cry for Palestine or sympathize with the Palestinians or Gaza are willing to take a profit knowing that they're struggling to survive, dying of starvation, bombs are raining down on them, but they're willing to take a percentage because they want to bank of this particular campaign. And charitable organizations are known to do this. And this is a major concern. And unless we tackle this together, popular speakers aren't willing to join hands with me. And that's a shame. But it just shows how deeply rooted and how fake religiosity is at the forefront of the dawah. And I'll explain why as the video continues. So as you can see on screen, I've been sent information by a brother, and I've got others that I need to share with you as well. So this is a paid collaboration in Ramadan 2024. All right, so this is not 2025, this is 2024. And you have to remember, I can only present this information when I receive it. Okay, so maybe in 2025 they did the same thing with other influencers that obviously haven't been willing to reach out to me and whatnot. So as you can see, it says paid collaboration Ramadan 2024. Now the Gaza genocide was happening during that time. We have worked with quite several shuyukh and influencers such as Yasmin Mujahid or Magahed. Remember her? Okay, we need to discuss her at the end of the video as well. Umar Suleiman, okay, the quiet, soft-spoken Umar Suleiman. Yasser Qadi, okay, just note the names. The Saleh family, you see them on TikTok as well, fundraising and whatnot. Lina Sunobar, I don't know who she is. Bara Bolat, Live with Muaz. Musa NYC, whoever Musa NYC is. Jasmine and Dawood, I'm sure that these are TikTok influencers. Mustafa the Poet, Modern Wall Art, Maryam Malik, remember Maryam Malik? Paid collaboration, just remember that, while Gaza is ensuing. And many more. This Ramadan, we are excited to have Shaun King and Khalid Baidoun joining us. So the brother wrote, HCI have been harassing me for months with offers of a paid partnership, as if offering money during a genocide would entice me. Quite the opposite. I feel sick at some of these tactics. So that's just one example, and obviously I'll break down the figures as to what they're profiting as the video continues. So what's my concern? Now, as you can see on screen, you see a post from Shaun King, and he has various posts regarding fundraising and whatnot. So you see, I know it's weird to ask like this, but it works. Email me at shaunking@gmail.com. If I post links publicly, the platforms bury them. Almost nobody sees them. But when I share like this, thousands of people see it, and families in Gaza actually get food. So this is the 6th of June. As I said, there's been a blockade since Ramadan, but he actually get food. How? Provide details and whatnot. But we're gonna break this down slowly. I have 4 direct ways for you to help. 100% tax deductible, Zakat eligible, focus on survival, already working. Email me right now. I'll send you everything. Let's do what we can before Eid ends. Okay. So come back to me now. So what I did, I sent Shaun King an email. And I'll break down the email to you now, as you can see on screen. On the 6th of June, I sent this email. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope you are well and in the best of health. I am asking you by Allah regarding your fundraising for Gaza. You have been actively raising funds, and we know that many have profited from this genocide. I would like to ask, what percentage, if any, have you taken from these donations? I don't want to make this too lengthy. Before I make a YouTube video, I want to give you the opportunity to respond directly so no one can say I didn't reach out to you first. Okay? And coming back to me now. So, what happened? So, come back to me now. So, what happened? I received a email almost instantly from Shaun King. But it seemed like it was just a generic email to everyone. Here are your next steps for Gaza, RE Gaza inbox. So this is responded to me immediately, almost instantly, in fact. Salams, thank you so much for reaching out. I have hardly slept the past few days as we pushed so hard for Gaza. So I typed a message for you below that you can see while I try to rest for a few hours. Okay. I just didn't want to miss you if you were asking for how you can support Gaza. First off, Eid Mubarak. We are in one of the most sacred days in Islam and the need for Gaza's energy. If you're looking for trusted zakat eligible ways to give, here are 4 powerful options I'm leading. So flour for families, hot meals, support orphans, hygiene kits. Every donation helps, every dollar matters. Thank you for caring and for acting with love. Shaun. Okay. So come back to me now. So I sent an email asking him pertinent questions. And I received a generic email which didn't even address anything I said. It was almost instantly. Wallah, it was almost instantly. So nevertheless, I thought I'd decide to click these links. Right, so we know there's a paid collaboration. About a year ago, I released a video where one brother exposed an influencer for taking 10% with this particular charity. And it's known that influencers and mashayikh are taking percentages from their fundraising initiatives. But I'll play that video at the end. And her name was Maryam Malik. So obviously, they crocodile tears for Gaza, but they don't mind making a profit from it. Aib. Now, 10%. So Shaun King has 4 campaigns. So when you break down the figures, right, of how much he's raised, just bear in mind 10% is what he's taken as a percentage. 10%, right? And he's got 4 campaigns. So as you can see, we've got £204,220 for Human Care International. Feed the people of Gaza for 1 year with Shaun King. Okay, so you've got 204,000 raised, 220. Remember 10%, right? Then you got £783,994 raised, right? Sponsor orphans with Shaun King. Now, what does this sponsorship entail? So that's 783,994. Okay, 10%. All right, so you got 204,789, just 784,000. Then you've got 10,399. Provide hygiene kits to the people of Gaza with Shaun King. Then you've got 457,639. Okay, for provide flour to the people of Gaza. Now, how have you been able to provide a flour to the people of Gaza when there was a blockade for almost 3 months, especially during Ramadan? And there's been blockades even after. Obviously, during the period of the ceasefire, they allowed some stuff in. So what I'm going to do, so come back to me now. So I've calculated the amounts raised from these 4 campaigns from Shaun King. And it comes to a total of 1,455,000, right? And 982, okay? And when you work out the percentage, 1,455,000, I'm just working it out now, 982, okay? 982. So when you calculate the 10%, Shaun King has made upwards of 145,598. Okay, these are pounds. So obviously he's in American dollars, so he must have made a lot more. Where is this money going? 1.4 or 1.5 million just from 4 campaigns from Shaun King. And there's a 10% incentive for him. Paid collaboration. Human Concern International isn't the only one doing this, by the way, this paid collaboration. There's been confirmation from another influencer who exposed this as well. So as you can see on screen, we've got a message here, paid collaboration. Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're well. I want to get in touch to see if you'd be interested in doing some fundraising with Human Appeal this year. We currently have a winter emergency appeal running for different countries around the world, and then closer to Ramadan, we'll be launching our Ramadan campaign to help fasting families around the world. We also have another project campaigns that I could talk to you about, such as orphan sponsorship. We will create a Just Giving page for you with a target. The target will be something like 10k, for example, and we could attach a fee for the fundraising. Subhanallah al-Azim. 1/10 of the target, so £1,000 payment to yourself. If you raise 10,000, obviously, the amount paid does not come from the donations raised. Listen, so that's their justification, right? Do let me know if you're interested, inshallah, and we'll work something out. Okay, so this is Human Appeal. So you got Human Consent, International Human Appeal, and we got another issue here. Where's the money going? So you've got Fajr asks Surgeon to run their own fundraiser, result in dozens of fundraisers and a lack of transparency. We find no clear accounting of funds, despite claims that every penny goes towards their mission. Total of 3 million, over 3 million in the last 9.5 months. The above screenshots are just a sample. The lack of clarity violates principles outlined in the GMP guide and the AMA Code of Conduct, Code of Medical Ethics. Right, medical ethics. Human Consent International, as many have exposed, are sending generic emails out to influencers confirming a paid collaboration, right? So, direct question that needs answering. A genocide is happening. Over 55,000 of our brothers and sisters and children are being killed. How can you, if you have, by the way, it's just a question I'm asking, but no one wants to answer the question. So now I'm getting more suspicious because it seems that what I'm saying is true. That you are banking off a genocide. You are profiting from starvation. You are mercenaries. You are no different to military contractors or military mercenaries. No different. It's just you're on the other side of the fence. They slaughter, they kill, they exacerbate. You on the other hand, and you charities are supposed to be relieving some of the oppression, but then you also bank off it in other ways. Yasir Qadi, Umar Suleiman, Yasmin Mujahid or Magahed, are you and others, the Saleh family, Maryam Malik, did you take 10%? It's just a very simple question. Just to clarify, when they add the 10% or whatever the percentage is, it's not from the donations. So where is it from? Is it from gift aid? Okay, so gift aid, just to clarify, right? Gift aid is a tax relief scheme where charities can reclaim the basic rate of income tax, currently 20%, that a donor has already paid on their donation. Okay, so how does it work? So when a UK taxpayer makes a donation to registered charity and opts into gift aid, they are essentially giving the charity permission to claim the tax back from HMRC. So just to clarify, that money is from UK taxpayers. So they earned that money. Okay, so it's money earned. So it's not money that you could do what you want with it. So a UK taxpayer like myself and other brothers and sisters that are paid in, that is taken from their income tax, you're paying these scumbag mercenary influencers our money. So you've got no right to do what you want with it. So if you are paying influencers and individuals or mashayikh from gift aid, that's essentially our money that you're paying. So once again, you don't have the right to do with it. It's an amana. I'm sorry. You don't pay these influencers from our money just because you don't want to take it. Or obviously you can't take zakat from the donations. And sadaqat tatawwa, you need to make it apparent, and there's leeway with it, but you need to add a disclaimer that this is coming from the sadaqat tatawwa, the voluntary sadaqah. So where is it coming from? Where is these donations coming from? So Shaun King, just to obviously finalize, are you taking 10%? Are you taking 10%? Yes or no? It's as simple as that. From these campaigns. Yasir Qadi, did you take 10%? Umar Suleiman, did you take 10%? You're coming to the UK via Iman Channel, so there's going to be some fundraising, I'm sure. How much are you getting paid? Iman Channel, how much are you paying Umar Suleiman? And all of these other influencers, you mercenary, low-life scumbags while a genocide is happening, did you take 10%? Because HCI have sent emails, paid collaboration, and this is known. I'm sorry, but we're giving you the opportunity to respond. I don't know what more to say. I think this needs to be highlighted. And Yasir Qadi is coming to the UK again. You see, Uthman bin Farouk, or Ibn Farouk, like he likes to call himself, he was in the UK. Then he went back, and he was coming back again. And obviously, the UK government banned him, which we don't agree with. Obviously, all du'at have the right to express their views as part of freedom of expression. Well, I think it's only restricted for Muslims, right? But ultimately, they come back because they're getting paid. They're getting a nice, healthy balance, which they wouldn't do if they were working for a company, and they wouldn't have if they had their own businesses. So ultimately, the business as well, the Islamic industry. So you got, the construction industry, you've got the music industry, you've got the movie industry, and I hate to say, you've got the porn industry as well. And there is a dawah industry. I'm sorry, there's an industry where all of these top, followed Muslim speakers are banking off the popularity that they have. So I'm sorry, I know it's a bad example, but I'm just thinking of industries, and it is a dawah industry. It's a dawah industry. And it's no different to a pop industry, music industry, movie industry, and then, like I said, I use a bad example, but I'm sorry, porn industry. It's astaghfirullah al-azim. It's an industry. I'm using the keyword industry here. But we want answers. Are you going to provide it? Or are you just going to bury your head in the sand and just ignore it? Obviously, I ain't got a big following. But like I said, look, my channel's not monetized. I don't make a penny from my channel. I don't make a penny at all. And that's how I want it. Because I do it for lillah. Doesn't matter how many views I get. I do it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And my rizq is written. I don't care whether, my bank balance is in the 0,000,000 or whether it's just 1 or 2 zeros. Or dare I say in an overdraft. Astaghfirullah. But underneath the zeros. So yeah, it just we need to get together. The believers need to get together. Don't be shallow. Don't be gullible. It's about time now that you send messages to your charities. East London Mosque, using your donations to invest and then wanted a 20% return. It's not your dad's money. Who the hell do you think you are? But yeah, you're going to be silent. They're going to keep doing it. But this is the issue. You have to speak out. You have to ask questions. We're not accusing anyone of stealing, but we're asking questions. And the immoral influencers who take a percentage from the Gaza genocide, you make me sick. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to expose you in this world in the hereafter if you are doing so. So take care of yourselves. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad.
ليس الغريب غريب الشام واليمن إن الغريب غريب اللحد والكفن إن الغريب له حق لغربته على المقيمين في الأوطان والسكن سفر بعيد وزاد لن يبلغني وقوتي ضعفت والموت يطلبني ما أحلم الله عني حيث أمهلني وقد تماديت في ذنبي ويسترني تمر ساعة